Class is in session. Let's learn some wavephonk. Alright guys, for step one we're going to be creating atmosphere. This is crucial to keep the ambient and space feeling of the track and to bring out those good old emotions we love. It's also going to make a wonderful bed for your melody, drums, and bass to all tuck into nicely. I use a plugin called Serum. This does cost money, however you can pay monthly for it, which I believe comes out to $12 a month, somewhere in that ballpark. For making this music, I highly recommend this plugin. You'll find yourself using it a lot, and you can use it for a lot more things than just atmosphere. I like to use minor scales for most of my songs, and for this one we are in D minor. Find a chord progression you like and roll with it. I like to use one serum where I EQ out the high end to give it more of a low and mid range, as well as a higher end serum where some of the higher notes can settle in the mix. Right here are all the settings I use, so you guys can copy that if you want a similar sound, and that's for the low and mid range serum. There's a couple of the audio effects I have on it. It's a little bit EQ, taking out the high, noisy frequencies. And then this is the higher end serum where I have the settings here. Alright, for step two, we're going to be looking at the bass. A lot of songs I like to use a respace, but in this one I actually use an 808. I used one from a pack I can link in the description below. Be sure to throw on a compressor, have it sidechain your guys' kick, so when your kick comes in, the bass of the 808 drops down a bit. I have noticed when recording this, my bass sounds really funny in the recording, almost kind of like shaky. It's not like that in the actual song or when I'm listening to it in Ableton, but it kind of comes out like that. But find a cool little bass melody you guys like and roll with it. Step three, guys, is the melody. This is almost the most important part of your song. Trying to create something catchy, sounds good, can be tricky, but once you find that little melody that works with you, it's a lot of fun. I used a grand piano from Ableton in their simpler pack here, and I go ahead and throw on Valhalla Supermassive. There's a lot of good presets. I actually use a medium or large reverb called Splashy Synth for this. Just with the grand piano, have a little bit of auto pan and EQ'd it a little bit. And what's great about Valhalla, that's a free plugin, and you can really get that reverb and that spacey feeling that's in a lot of these songs. Step four, guys, is the drums. Every song needs some drums. So in this I like to just use hi-hat, all from this pack I can link below. I just have a regular old kick, little funk kick, as well as a snare. This snare actually sounds a little more kind of muffled. Like to throw in some triplets in the hi-hats. This is where you guys can have a lot of fun, throw in your style, see what sounds cool. Just have fun with it. I do make sure with my kick drum, however, though, that in my bass, I am sidechaining it, so when that kick comes in, it's not sitting too heavy on that bass, it's not becoming distorted, it's allowing it to tuck in nicely over that bass line. Step five, I think, you guys know we have to have cowbell. I use this cowbell from this pack, Baker, I'll link again also, but not every song utilizes cowbell. This one I really liked it. And I just throw in a little bit of reverb to get it kind of sounding a little nicer. That's it with the drums. Woo! For step six, guys, is the vocals. You know, we're using Memphis vocals. I like to take mine from Sample Focus. It's a nice website where you can get them, but you can get them from all sorts of different places. I like to, you know, kind of EQ out the frequencies I don't like in it. Throw a compressor on to sidechain that with my kick so the kick can come through. Add a little reverb as well, and that's where you kind of have to play around with deciding how much reverb you want. Alright guys, lastly for the master chain, use a lot of stock Ableton plugins. I use a master stereo enhance. I feel like kind of brings it out better. Master EQ. Just play around with settings. When it comes to mastering, you know, honestly, it's still something I'm learning a lot of. I play around with whatever kind of sounds good. Add some saturation, a limiter. volume meter so I can see how loud the track is. But that's just definitely something that just kind of learn as you go. You can see me turn off all the settings. So that's it without the master. With the master. Without. With. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you really found this video helpful. And now my question for you guys is, are you ready to go make some bussin' fire tracks? Take it easy, guys. Have a good one.